Hey lovelies, I wanted to do a tutorial today on my very favorite Seint brush, and I love all of my brushes. I use every single one of them nearly every single day, but this is my favorite. And sometimes people have questions, and so I wanted to show you how I use them. So first of all, this is the blush and bronzer brush. This is the end for your blush, which it's perfect for because it dots it and puts it exactly where you want it. Usually, traditionally, blush brushes have been huge, the size are bigger, and you end up putting it on a much larger area of your cheeks, and it makes your cheeks sag down and inward, and no one wants sagging cheeks. So this is perfect because you can keep the color exactly where you want it. The other end is perfect for the bronzer. And when you like circle it and buff it on your cheeks, it kind of polishes it into this shine. And so it's perfect. I also recommend it for a lot of people the way I also use it, which is for my main highlight. And so I'm going to do that right now just to kind of show you. And you can pinch it if you want it to be a little stiffer and tighter, or you can just kind of let it be loose and free. And that's how I put it on. I like brushes the best because I feel like they give the smoothest, most airbrushed look. And I think one of the reasons I really like this, other than the beautiful finish it gives, is that it also covers a really big area fast. And so you can do your face very quickly. You know, some of the others that we have go on like light as a feather, and they give a really beautiful look, really great finish, but it takes a little longer because you put it on so feather light and the brush is much smaller. And so when I want it in a tight area, like you saw me do between my eyes, I just kind of squeeze it to the size that I want, into the stiffness I want. And then when I'm just kind of blending it on everywhere else, I just kind of mostly leave it loose. I've got these two fingers here to kind of hold it tight a little bit to give it a dab of thickness, but not too much. I'm just kind of painting it on my face. And I just keep going until it's all blended in, until it's as thin or as thick as I want it on my skin, until I get nice, even coverage, which is the purpose of the main highlight. Okay, so the next step is the bronzer. And I'm using Bella, and I just put just a little bit on, and you can see it's very, whoa, jumped out of my hand. Our creams are very, very concentrated, and you know, liquid foundation is thinned out, it's watered down, and so it takes more product. But ours are very concentrated, but they have lanolin and beeswax in them, and so they kind of melt into your skin, and they kind of melt in like butter. As you can see, it kind of, I'm doing it around my hairline, the bronzer, and it kind of gives me this extra glow. And then I put it on the tip of my nose, and I kind of circle it around, buff, polish it into this shine. I put it along my jawline to firm that up and accentuate and chisel my face. And then I already have some glow to my skin on my cheeks, but watch this. I do my apples of my cheeks so I see exactly where I want to put it. And I buff and polish, and it just brings that out even more. And I'm going to tell you, I turned 50 in a couple months, seriously, and my skin looks so much younger and more supple from this makeup than it has in a very long time. So see this is the goods. The other brushes are really good too. I'll do separate videos on them. I believe that brushes are going to give you the best, most airbrush finish. As I said, for the bronzer, it's going to, you know, amp up the glow to your skin. But each one has their own superpower. And so each one does better at one job than the others. But it also, you've got to take into account preference, because some people, this 3D foundation brush, that is their all-time favorite, and they swear by this one as the best. So it comes down a little bit to the preference of what you like, but I think this does an amazing job with the main highlight, the blush, and the bronzer. So for the blush, I'm going to use La Cienega, and I'm using a little bit more because it's a gloss, and I'm just going to show you. You just kind of dot it only exactly where you want it. And because it's a gloss, it's a little thinner, and so I'm using a little more. If I was using one of my satins, that would have been way too much. But I like the glosses. I like the satins too, but I love how the glosses will add to the glossiness of your cheeks and add to that supple youthful glow. You can totally go lighter and you can go heavier, but it is only going to go exactly where I want it. I am in full control of my blush, and the blushes are also the lanolin and beeswax cream, and they just melt into your skin. And if you put them on light, they can just look like this natural flush. But anyway, this is about the brush. So this is my favorite. It is a goodie. All of our brushes are excellent. They are all super dense and made to specifically work with the creams. They're very high quality. You will not get any stray hairs out of these brushes. Super high quality, and they are double-ended, so you get 2 brushes in for the price of 1. So this is the blush and bronzer brush, big end for my main highlight and for my bronzer, small end for my blush. It's amazing. So if I recommend that for you, that's how you use it. One thing that I forgot to mention is that this one I've been using for a while. And so with these synthetic bristles, at first they can seem pretty soft, and I feel like they get better and better as you use them. Even when they're completely clean, it just, I don't know, the texture of it, it just gets a little fuller and a little stronger. And I can't say exactly what it is, but it gets better. And so if you get a brush, a synthetic brush, in the beginning and it feels a little soft, give it a chance for a while because it gets better. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.